Now we'll see how to use assert. Assert, you can say, let's say for example, till now what we are doing, we are just writing the code and everything is getting passed because we have no checkpoint. So nothing is getting validated and we are just writing the code. So everything gets passed, but now we'll see how to provide a checkpoint, means the validation. The main aim of testing is what? To provide validation, right? So that validation, like once you perform a test case, like this expected result and this is the actual result. So to have that expected result and actual result validated, we will be using assert class. Okay. Okay. Now we'll be reading how to use assert class. Right. Let's go with a normal site, that is Mercury Tools demo. So what here I want to do is, once I give my means login credential and logged into the application, my test case here, the my functional test case is that I will open the application, I will give the credential and will try to sign into the application. Once I sign into the application, what will happen is I will navigate to my home page. That's only I have to validate in my this particular test case. Let's say for example, I have written Mercury, then I have written Mercury and click on sign in. So what will happen is this particular flight finder page will open. So I need to validate this particular scenario. So what I can do is, first of all, I will just write the code to log into my application. Then what I'll do, I will just click. So for that, I'll be just going into this. Then let's go login. This, so once I logged into this particular application, okay, so after we log in, we see that we are able to see this page. Let's say for example, my validation is you can say my validation is I just validate that after I log in, I just find flight finder page. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Or you can just go with like I have this particular text, or I have this particular text, or I have anything, you can go with it. Okay, you can also go like this passenger is coming, or you can say departed from is coming, anything. Value. So what can I do is I could just validate after I log in this particular text is present or not. Okay. So for that, as a thread.sleep, it takes some time to load. Let's say string dot get text. Okay. So what I can do is, let's say for example, I take a boolean value. Boolean b is equal to false. If I will check, right, if S contains character sequence, let's say for example, I'll be validating it contains the character sequence what? Round trip. See. So I'll be making b is equal to true. Okay. Then I'll be using asset dot okay, just rename. You cannot use the same class which is predefined in Java. It will create an error. See, that import was not coming. Why you got it? Because I have also renamed my class to same class name which is already defined in Java. That's why. So asset equals, what can I do is I can just true and comma b. So here what will happen, if my expected condition is met, then only b will convert it into true, else b has the predefined value that is false. So once b is true, then this particular test case will pass. If it is not true, then that particular test case will fail. What this particular sentence means, this particular sentence is the checkpoint. This is the actual value and this is the expected value. When the actual value is equal to the expected value, then asset pass this particular test case. If both of them are not equal, then it will fail the test case. Now we'll be seeing for the pass scenario. In the second run, we'll be seeing for the fail scenario.
We can only print S over here.
Okay, nice. Oh, no text is being fetched. That's what it said. Okay, anyways, as no text was fetched, so you can see it will not match. That means the B is false only. It don't become true. So once I write this particular checkpoint, so it is filling my test case as my expected, and my actual result didn't match, right? So
Yes, sir.
so you saw that this particular test case failed. Failed is one. So you got an idea, like earlier all my test cases was passing, but now my test case is failing. Means earlier what had happened, we have no checkpoint. So as a result, all the test case passed. But if I put a checkpoint, then my test case will fail. Let's say, for example, I have a line after here. See, so this is after assert. You will see once the checkpoint fails, the line after the checkpoint doesn't get executed. You can see it. Once I run it, you will be able to see. See, in the output, you'll see this doesn't got, you can say, is executed because it is present after the checkpoint, where the checkpoint is failed. Once the checkpoint fails, it comes out of at the red test. So the next course of code which is written after the checkpoint, it doesn't execute. So this is hard asset, means after the execution test case failed, no lines of code after it will get executed. There is also one soft asset, after even after the test case failed, the rest lines of code will also get executed. We'll see how it's work. So let's say, for example, here I replace that particular with passenger. So here we saw how a scenario, failed scenario is working. So now we'll be seeing for a pass scenario. See, passes one. So what here happened is, you'll see that the lines of code, see, this is after assert, which was not executed earlier because the test case failed, is getting executed. Why? Because it passed. So the lines of code which are present after the checkpoint also got executed. Got my point? So this is hard asset. That means if your line of if the checkpoint fails, then the rest line of code will not get executed. So similarly, there are a lot of function of asset. Like this is one scenario where we just checked the expected and actual result by using Boolean. You can similarly also have assert dot assert equals, that is you can give here string value, like directly I can give here this S and passenger. Let's say for example I give here S and I can give here passenger, this value which I'll be retrieving. This can also I do. Directly I can give with here I have used if and converted the value to Boolean, then I've used that also. Without doing that I can directly give the string value here. Then there is also one function for assert, that is assert dot assert not equal. So this, what this will do here is, if expected and actual are not equal, then only the test case will pass. That means if here it is true and here it is false, then only my test case will pass. If it is true, then my test case will not pass. So if you have a requirement of such, you can use it. Similarly, instead of Boolean value, I can give S and instead of passenger, I can give any other string value. So it will pass. If both of them match, it will not pass. Similarly, there is one is assert false. So here what is the condition B which I am passing? If its value is false, then only the test case will pass. If it is B value is true, then the test case will fail. Similarly, I have another method, that is assert dot assert true. So here what will happen is, if my B value is true, then only this test case will pass, else this test case will fail. Similarly, so what here is that, let's say for example S which I am passing the string, if its value is null, means nothing, the similar way which for this round trip we didn't retrieve any value, so the value is null. So if I would have passed here, then the test case would have passed, because it checked that the parameter or argument which I'm using has null value. So if it has a null value, then it will pass. Similarly, I have another checkpoint, assert dot. So here, if the S value has anything, any value it has, it will pass. That doesn't necessary that the exact value it needs to have. It has any value, it will pass. Means here it's only checking the argument which I'm passing has a value which is not null. Similarly, so here what is happening is, it is checking the object are of same type. Let's say for example here if I pass RTXY, here I have anything, so it will pass because both are of string type. So here assert same is not comparing the value, it is comparing that the object present in the argument are of same type. It will pass because both of my argument here present is of, what you can say is, string type. So if both the object are of string type, then it will pass. Similarly, there is another function, not same. So here, let's say for example, I am passing one string value and another object here I am passing. It will not pass. Let's say for example, I am creating an object of this particular class. I'm passing this particular object AS, it will not pass because one is string type, one is the user defined type. So it will not pass. Both are of different type. One is string type, one is of user defined type. So it will not, no, it will pass. Actually, it will pass for this scenario because not same. Because these two are of not same. One is of string type, one is of user defined type. So it will pass. If this both argument are present here, it will not pass because here is assert same. It need to be have the argument both of same type. Okay. So got the point how to use the hard assert?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll see soft assert. Like even after the checkpoint fails the test case, the rest lines of code which are present below it, it will be getting executed. So we'll be having using soft assert for that. Let's say, for example, copy it out. Paste. Soft assert. Okay. Show. Okay, so if I run this particular test case, what happened? So what was the error you got it? Actually, the object of previous class was present, but we haven't imported the
Yes, sir.
class. That's
Yes,
why
sir.
it got error. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Got it.
yeah. See, see here the test case got passed, and here in previous case we have done it using Boolean value. Here I have done it using the string values. Okay, so see here it got passed, so it is obvious that this is after assert will get executed. But let's say I am intentionally filling it out with another value. So it in previous case what was happening that this particular line of code is not getting executed if my checkpoint fails out here. But let's see what's happening for soft assert because this particular test case will fail.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see. See, failure is one. This particular test case failed. But what is this? See, this is after asset got executed. So what you get to know is in hard asset, if the checkpoint fails, then the rest line of code will not executed, but it's not case for the soft asset. In sort asset, if the checkpoint get fails, the rest line of code which are present after that get executed. And always it's a practice to write this line of code at the end of the method. Okay, you got it.
Yes,
Similar to hard asset, soft asset has also a number of functions which I told in previous for hard asset. The same function also follows for soft asset. You can use it in soft asset also. So this is pretty much about soft asset and hard asset, how you will using the checkpoints to check the actual value and expected value. And in the major difference in hard asset, the lines of code after the checkpoint, if it get failed, doesn't get executed. But in soft asset, even if it fails or pass, it gets executed. It executes the lines of code which are present after the checkpoint. So you got an idea like how to write my test cases in @test. This was your doubt in your previous class, like how to integrate our test cases, how to like open the browser and all, and how to provide the checkpoint. You got an idea like how to integrate your functional test cases with all the checkpoints and everything in @test, right?
yes, sir. But sir, can you please go off and I'll check.
Yeah.
Sir,
Tell me.
only okay, sir. Only you have to create a method for that, and under that method, you are writing all those codes.
Yes, yes. Is for one test case, another test case will write another lines of code because each @test is independent of each other. So if this particular test case pass, is fail, but in another @test you will be having another test case codes, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was my doubt in last class.
Yeah. But this is not the way. In framework we'll be using a more simpler way. But this is the idea how to means integrate
Yes, sir.
the
Yes.
test engine with our test cases writing. Okay.